Sea of Cortez is my favorite place on the planet so far. The richest oceans ringed and sprinkled with the most dramatic desert. Dragon's been in these latitudes for the last few years. We've explored these waters from Cabo at Land's End, north to Gonzaga, and down to Puerto Vallarta, even venturing out to the Revillas Archipelago, 300 miles in the Pacific, to see the islands and dive their sharky waters. Dragon is turning 2, and these last few years in Mexico have served us in getting ready to explore distant horizons, as well as executing a tack strategy for a boat that was not built to sit still. This chapter in the Cortez is closing as our full-time cruising chapter is getting ready to begin. But first, we've decided to take Dragon north to Southern California for some service and some upgrades with crews and craftsmen we know and trust, as well as a trip home to the Nordhaven mothership to visit with our friends at PAE. Aaron was taking care of some business in San Diego, so I invited some of the friends who stand in my sacred circle to ride Dragon from Laredo to Cabo. This colony of sea lions is just part of the show that the Cortez put on for us.
Straggler! Dude, we're there! The whaler. I like that ring.
Yeah, so we've been here all of 2 hours on our trip here. You guys are swimming in a megapod, bottlenose, common dolphin. And they are obviously very friendly. Whoa!
That ass! Were they coming close? You know, they were kind of coming around and then they'd start to dive underneath you.
So how'd it go?
Oh, it was awesome. Dude, it's so cool. Water's amazing, dolphins everywhere. Absolutely amazing.
Did that suck or what?
Did not suck.
Okay.
That sucked.
Yeah.
Cool animals. They're
Yeah.
just playing.
They were just playing.
You know?
They're so social.
They're curious, but not too curious, you know?
Yep.
Moms are teaching their kids, hopping around.
Yep.
Check out this guy, don't get too close.
Yeah, right.
He
Right.
doesn't look like I could trust him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So cool.
Yeah. Okay, so haven't finished my second cup of coffee. Cabo San Lucas here in the marina is just me and my friend Chewy, and it's a beautiful day, really warm. Boat's all cleaned up from last trip with a handful of friends, and planning on doing the Baja Bash going north with Aaron and a couple of my other buddies. We've got 2 weather systems that are back to back that are pushing me to a place where we need to get out of here. It's kind of a risky business being in this part of the world in this time of year anyway. I mean, obviously it's like Florida. You've got lots of people that are, you know, prepared to hang around, but we're actually planning on going to San Diego and spending our summer in San Diego, but this part of the journey was scheduled and flights were arranged, and you know, we did a float plan, and yeah, you know, it doesn't care about float plans. Weather systems that look like this. So there are 2 of these that are, depending on which model you look at, but one thing's for sure, we're definitely going to get some weather, and that affects our run up the Pacific side. So they call it the Baja Bash for a reason. Weather systems come out of the north, but we've got some weather that's going to allow us, we've got this weather window that's going to allow us to kind of run up right now. Unfortunately, you know, short-handed, don't have crew for this run. I'm going to run over and see Chris Ham on the Total Chaos. He's a local here, knows a bunch of guys, so we might be able to get, you know, a third guy for 3-man watch. My friends Dave and Angie just do it, just the 2 of them. Just made the decision 5 minutes ago after looking at all the various models and talking to a couple of people, and it's we got to boogie on out of here. Take the bird in the hand, which is a decent weather when they're kind of coming up later on in the week. If we wait for a couple of days, then it's just the northern end of Baja is just 20 to 25 right on the nose, and that system runs down for a long time. It's the, you know, the dominant weather patterns that in this part of the world. Anyway, so today is about running around at the last minute, picking up some groceries. It's not going to be too challenging because it's just me and Chewy, and you know we got a lot of Dorado and Cabrilla in the freezer, so fish tacos for 4 days, and milk and Coca-Cola and Red Bull, and I've got about a 40% fuel load, which because it's a Nordhaven, I'm going to be able to run pretty far on that. So I'm not really concerned that much about fuel. I'll probably take about 500 gallons, but strangely enough, side note, I did some fuel calculations because I promised myself I was going to be more prudent about where I bought fuel and be more thoughtful about it, just to be more aware of it. And it turns out that fuel is $1.68 a liter in Cabo San Lucas right now. It's $1.33, 32 at the High Seas Fuel Dock in Shelter Island in San Diego. This is kind of strange. I didn't expect that because because I remember, you know, sort of coming down to Mexico to buy diesel at a point where it was more expensive in the U.S. But anyway, Cabo San Lucas in particular is particularly expensive because everything has to get trucked down here. The peninsula, so it either has to be brought in on ship, which isn't done very often. Most of it is trucked in here, and it's trucked all the way down that highway. So pretty expensive delivery system for fuel. So in any case, so we'll take 500 gallons, not because I need it, because it's prudent. And start heading north. 6:29, Cabo is in full effect. Sunset booze cruises everywhere, and we are actually blasting out of here to get clear of the couple of hurricanes that are bearing down on this place. We're taking an unexpected departure northbound, but have my friend Philip fly in, and of course Chewy, and Aaron's in Boston, so love you, babies. Sorry you didn't make this one. But conditions look okay if we get on the front side of this. I mean, it's literally 150 miles that way. Mini Mako. Go ahead, spit it out, dude. Let go. Got it. You can tell I start tugging on him.
You want me to slack it?
No. Right back in the corner of that mouth. Okay, so it's almost too big.
Got the lure back.
You guys gonna catch these fish? You gonna play with them all day?
There
you go. That guy's long and skinny. I'm gonna need that gaff here in a second. We're gonna use the other one. Oh, that's a nice one, Phil. Let's roll him around, roll him around, roll him around. Give him to me. Oh, dude!
Oh, I knew that was the right
Slob!
I knew that was a
It was a slob! Oh my god, dude. This thing's damn near 40 pounds.
Okay.
Brother!
My biggest one ever.
Personal best right here on the fetus! So coming back into San Diego for the first time since we had the boat delivered 19 months ago. Kind of exciting. It's 4th of July weekend. Radio's been pretty busy with a lot of Coast Guard traffic and whatnot. We are just above the border here. South Bay down here, Tijuana over here, and the Coronado Islands over here. But this is the first time that I'm going to be using this the CBP Roam app for entry into the States, and I've been trying to submit it for the last hour and a half or so, but each time it says that I'm too far out. I've got a friend traveling with me. I've got Trusted Traveler and Global Entry, but I don't know how all of that impacts. I've got piles of meat, poultry, and dairy products, and a flat of eggs. I was advised that anything that doesn't have a USDA stamp on it needs to be readily available to dispose of. So want to make sure that that's real easy for everybody to understand, that it's our intention to commit all that stuff to whatever incinerator they put it in, including the elk that we've got. Should have done better with that consumption. Anyway, I'm gonna shoot this over and let's see what they say. You know, one of the coolest, most notable things about that app is that when you input all your information, and if it does reject you for not being close enough to the border, then it actually saves the information and it just sits there. And I imagine it's just a matter of hitting submit again. So let's see. Yes. Your request has been submitted and waiting for review. Status pending. Cool. So now it says that I've been submitted for review and my status is pending. So I imagine somewhere somebody sitting at a desk, or maybe they're in their boxers sitting at home, is reviewing the information that I put forth and probably doing a background check on me and that guy. Just before entering San Diego Harbor, we received a text via the app that said, "Welcome to the United States. Your entry is granted and no further action is required." And just like that, on the 4th of July, after almost 2 short years, Dragon is back in her home port of San Diego. She was a zero-failure platform and looked like new, but those of us that had ridden Dragon were forever changed. When we left San Diego, it seemed like every dock approach was a nail-biter, and every beep of an appliance or an electronic was a panic-sounding, "What was that?" Funny enough, each of those moments turned out to be next to nothing, and those moments of relief built upon each other to set us at ease. Dragon had taught us one beep or clunk at a time how to take care of her. Her systems had proved to be well-designed and fairly idiot-proof. No matter what questions I had, they were always quickly answered by Team Nordhaven, vendors, or the legendary Nordhaven Owners Group. Aaron and I developed a language and culture of support and cooperation with each other. We learned to dance with each other while docking, anchoring, launching toys and tenders, or just passing groceries from the dock to the boat. And in taking these lessons and learning these steps, we'd become comfortable and confident. So as it turns out, when you're prepared and equipped to handle a big deal, they rarely show up. Okay, I'm gonna monologue for a second. Local trip. Haven't done this really since we received delivery of the boat 20 months ago. Yeah, Aaron's talking to me on the headset trying to confuse me. That's just one of the little games we play. Foggy morning, San Diego. Headed to Catalina, where it is rumored to be beautiful and the water crystal clear. So we're currently at the commercial dock at San Diego at Driscoll's, because as it is here with so many different places, you know, this long period of prosperity has brought a lot of new boats to the water, but not a ton of new marinas. So as such, really, really tough to get spots in places like Cabo San Lucas, San Diego, just about everywhere. Dana Point wanted to do some work on the boat. Just a couple of small warranty deals from vendors, and weren't really able to pull that off because there's no room. So they're gonna have to come down here and do that work. No, leave them out. We're gonna stop and pick up a little bit of bait. Love you. Thank you for my coffee and my wonderful life. This is my favorite part of my life right here.
I can't hear you.
You couldn't hear me. This is my favorite part of my life. Taking off on my boat. Fresh cup of coffee. Life is good, man. Life is so good. It's one of the things I really love about San Diego is the Freedom Show is always on display. You know, Pacific Fleet is down here, the bulk of it anyway. We've got one of the supply ships here, support vessel. The Stennis, I think, and the Lincoln are in port right now, aircraft carriers. Here's the Mercy right over here, the fabled hospital ship. It's a great place to really kind of see America's hardware. Makes you proud. So, good combination right now on this side. Sonar, radar, and I'll just go ahead and leave this GPS over on this side. We'll go ahead and transmit. We'll spin that puppy up. What are we doing here? Let's change radars. Okay. 1 mile. There. Let's go half mile. And here's the next thing that's happening. Okay, so strange marks. Blue. 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 What could those be? Blue. Yeah. What those marks are? School of Dolphin right here. This NXT is just so good up close. This radar is just amazing up tight. I think they're passing in front of us now. So amazing.
Coming to play on our bow.
You think they're coming to play on the bow?
I do. Oh yeah, look how it's a big pod. Look, they're way out there too.
Yeah. All of that.
Yeah.
So I look down at the radar right now and expected to see a boat passing us right here. See it's moving alongside. Oh, dude, I gotta stop using the GoPro for shots like this. It's a flock of cormorants. A dozen cormorants right there down on the water that look like this on the NXT. Oh, where'd it go? Okay. Now it's just kind of a shadow, but it's a good return here for a minute. So we saw something that needs saving, and Jessica's first response was, do you need me to get in my wetsuit? No? I have the perfect plan for saving us. So we're cruising between Avalon and Dana Point, and we saw some trash, and we saw a couple of birds sitting near it, and it turns out that it's a shearwater that's hung up in some fishing line that's connected to this, and this animal, this bird is definitely going to die. No ability to be able to free itself or whatever. It'll beat itself to death, literally, trying to escape. And I know that we're probably stressing it out a little bit by getting close to it, but we're going to save it. And this is not going to take very long. So what I've got to do is I've got to snag that line. You know what I'm pretty good at doing? Throwing jigs. So if I can throw a jig between the bird and the trash, I'll be able to hook it and bring it closer. So here's grab the curve plug. That's not going to want to catch it, but I'm going to anyway. Not to let them hurt their wings. So get them kind of folded back a little bit. You're okay. Aaron? Yeah. Something to chew on. Why don't you come and get his foot, or grab the camera and let Jess get his foot?
Okay, got it.
Buddy. All right, I got you. Got him? Completely clear. This guy need to haul that trash away from him. We're good? All right, buddy. Here you go.
Yay! Great
You've
job,
always seemed to
team.
be around
Yeah.
and ready to go. All right, so let's see what we got here. What we got here, obviously that's my jig, but the rest of this seems to be, I have no idea. It's a radio something. Look at this, it's got an antenna. It's got, look at this.
It's got a serial number on it.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I'm gonna have to look into this. Catalina Island is a well-traveled destination in Southern California for any boater. We blend into the crowded mooring fields, shopping, restaurants, and water sports well. But I always know where to find the island's quiet places.